Hey guys, thanks for visiting Richard's Corner. Richard here in my parking lot of my apartment, and it's another Friday on my own for the most part. Ash and Avery are at school, Carla's at work, so I have the day to myself. I'm actually meeting a good friend of mine for lunch down at the Forks in central Winnipeg here, and so before that I thought I'd sort of do a little bit of a shop around. I'm going to go to Garden City, I'm going to check out the $5 Friday at EB Games, and then I might only have time from there to go to the Forks and have hopefully thrifty meal. So stay tuned, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the drive and the ride, and I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. Thanks for visiting Richard's Corner today. Let's sort of see what I find at Garden City today. Hey guys, so I'm just outside of Garden City here. I've just come back from the $5 Friday. I actually am going to show you a few pictures of what was on sale today. So it appears that it was more coffee mug kind of themed. There were some neat coffee mugs from Disney and from Mario and a few other themes, and then there were these guys, an awesome Gryffindor mug. Look at that. You sort of see the awesome detail in that. Beautiful, golden yellow with the red shades of red there, the Gryffindor symbol there. Only $4.50. That's an awesome deal. It's a very big mug, as you can see there, nice and weighty. Actually, there's the regular price, $15 without the Edge membership, $13.49 with the membership. So it's a $5 Friday, but because I'm an Edge member, I got it for $4.50. So this is a really good deal. Do I need this mug? Not really. But this is a really good hefty mug. Like, it's just had a big, like, wide open mouth to this, so I thought that's a lot of coffee or a lot of drink or whatever I want. I love the handles, got the Gryffindor lion on there, so it's not very well defined in its molding, but it is a really nice mug. So there was Gryffindor, there was also Slytherin too. I was debating whether or not to get the set, but I really like Gryffindor is Harry Potter's house, so I'm really a fan of that. So I'm really happy to find that for $5. An unnecessary purchase, no, but nonetheless a really awesome find today on this Friday afternoon. So it is about that time for me to drive over to the Forks and get some parking before the lunch rush, and I'm going to meet my friend after noon. I'm going to see if I can get a few pictures of the Forks so you guys can sort of take a look at what it is. It's sort of a central place where the two rivers, the Assiniboine and the Red, meet, and it was actually a location, historical location, where traders used to meet to do their business and stuff like that. So it's kind of a historical place, but there's also shops and restaurants and all kinds of stuff there as well. So it's a really major central tourist attraction that brings a lot of people here to Winnipeg. So that's pretty cool. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I think I will share a few thoughts with you while we drive. And let's head over to the Forks to have some lunch and chat with a friend, and then see what other thrifty finds I can find this afternoon. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks for being here today. I found that when I was doing my driving vlog part of my videos, the highway driving was actually quite loud, and there's a lot of ambient noise that I couldn't filter out. And I don't have my little shotgun mic that I bought online for some of my indoor classic Richard's Corner videos. So I've been just sort of using the onboard mic on my phone, and it seems to work fine in a quiet situation, even city driving. When I shared my very first shop with me a few videos ago now, there was a lot of conversation that I could have with you guys without it being overly, without the ambient noise of the car sort of taking away from it. So I'm kind of glad that I can actually vlog a little bit today, because it's city driving, so it's not as intense on the background noise. So I hope you guys can hear me fine. So I'm not sure where else I'm going to go today. The Forks is central, so there's a few options. I could either head south on from the Forks down to the Goodwill on St. Anne's again, and that's where I found those great movies a few videos ago. So I mean, that's always a possibility. I really like it there because it's still really thrifty as far as thrift stores go. However, because I'm so close to downtown, the downtown Goodwill is actually a good place too, but I've never been really lucky there. So I'm wondering whether or not, I'm sort of debating whether I should go to both or just to one, or I don't know. So I'm going to the Forks with a good friend of mine. I used to work at a media place, a media company, and I I worked with him. He was one of my colleagues, right? So we both worked on a payroll project together, and I was one of the database guys, and he was one of the main programmers that helped create the actual payroll program. So I helped administer the database that served as the back end to his program. So it was kind of cool. So we had to work together, and the project took a long time, many months. And we finally got it off the ground, and we were both responsible for maintaining our respective sides. He would handle the payroll side, and if there were database concerns, I would jump in and help too. So I used to be quite the nerd. So I enjoyed it, you know. So John, that's a friend of meeting of the Forks. He's a good longtime friend of mine now, and it's really a blessing to still have him as a brother, both in faith and in the IT realm and in the geek realm, and we connect on many levels. So I'm really happy to have lunch with him later. Going to the Forks, I mentioned that it's kind of a touristy attraction, right? So there are different food places there. We're going to meet in the food court, and there are lots of awesome eats there. And so I thought this might be a good opportunity during this vlog to sort of do some thrifty eating. Now, I'm not sure how to do it though, because I don't have multiple cameras, and I don't have, you know, like all these, I don't easily have a way to take shots of the food and me eating it and all this stuff. I don't even know if you guys want to see me eating. So I think it'd be kind of funny to do something like that. But I mean, to do it that way, like all this professional Food Network or cooking channel kind of style food blogging or food talking. But I really do want to try to do a foodie kind of section to my vlog today. Because it's kind of like a lunch with a friend, I'm not sure if it's going to be thrifty or if I'm going to find a thrifty special that might be worthwhile. There's lots of culture in Winnipeg, and the Forks is kind of like a hub for that in some respects. There's a lot of native culture that is talked about in some of the different touristy points around the Forks. And then there's also the diversity, the multiculturalism in Winnipeg reflected in the food court. So there's like a Chinese place, there's a Cuban place, there's Korean, I think, I am not sure. And then there's your, you know, basic North American kind of food, like, you know, the breakfast places and ice cream and yogurt and all, you know, all the good stuff. Even mini donuts, those are so good. But so I'm not sure what I'm going to find, what I'm going to eat actually, but I'm not sure if it'll be entirely thrifty. So today's foodie video may not be necessarily about thrifty eating, but just kind of like, you know, where did I eat today? So I hope you guys don't mind that. So, but if it is a thrifty meal, I think even better for Richard's Corner, right? So I would like it to be thrifty. Maybe I'm going to take advantage of a special at a restaurant that I've never been to before. Oh, there's fish and chips place too. They have a really great fish and chips place that I've eaten at during a special event that I was covering as a photographer, and holy smokes, you'd think that battered fish and chips served in a newspaper cone would be like a really simple meal, but I couldn't believe how good it was, just how fresh it was and how well fried it was without it being greasy. It was just, oh, my jowls are just going thinking about it. It's like, oh, okay, don't get too excited. So I'm looking forward to having lunch now, and I you know, if all else fails, I might just get some fish and chips. But I know that I'd like to try some cultural food too. So when I get to the Forks, I will take some pictures and share it with you, and talk about what I ate and how much it was and whether or not it was good value. And yeah, just sort of share thoughts that way. I think that's probably just the easiest way. So guys, stay tuned, all right? We're going to go to the Forks. We're going to park there. We're going to have something to eat, and I'll shoot some thoughts about the eats and the lunch that I had with my friend afterwards. So stay tuned. Thanks for following the journey today. Fabulous Friday. Hey guys, so I've just left the Forks and had this wonderful lunch with my friend John. John, thank you so much for lunch. He actually treated me for lunch, so I'm really blessed. He's just such a good friend, and he just offered to do it this week, so I can't really get much more thrifty than having a free lunch. But definitely one I'll have to return the favor in 2 weeks. We're gonna make it more of a habit to do a Friday foodie kind of thing. So in 2 weeks, expect another food review. So today, John actually took me out to the Caillou Grill, which is well, I'm not sure if it's Korean or not, but it's this awesome Oriental grill place. And he bought me something called a mango hayabusa or something, mango chicken hayabusa. And it's basically like a skewer on this awesome like hot dog type bun, sub bun kind of thing, with mango salsa kind of deal and some mayo kind of topping. Oh, it was so good. It was a light lunch. It wasn't too heavy. It felt really good. The taste was really nice and savory, and I love the smokiness from the grill, and contrasting with the mango sweetness and the smooth mayo and the bread just sort of bring it all together. The bun was really nice and soft and moist and fresh, and oh, my jowls are watering again just thinking about it. It's so funny. But yeah, it was such a nice lunch. So we had a really good talk and sort of caught up on work and life and faith, and it was just a really nice hour and a bit talking to him. So it was a fabulous lunch. I would totally recommend Caillou Grill. But what I'm also going to show you on the screen here are some really nice shots of the Forks itself. As I mentioned, it is a tourist attraction here in Winnipeg, and basically intersecting points between the two rivers that run through Manitoba, the Assiniboine River and the Red River. And again, it was an intersection where traders would come and do their business. So, it's got an amazing amount of food places here, as you can see, and really cool art deco kind of stuff, all kinds of shops. So yeah, it's just a sort of like a tip of the iceberg as far as what you would see at the Forks if you happen to be here in Winnipeg. And all Winnipeggers know, like, it's quite a place to be and hang out. So yeah, totally great lunch. Thank you again, John, for the lunch. 2 weeks, I'm taking you up. So we're gonna probably try a new burger and in 2 weeks, and maybe try some veggie burgers or something light, and we'll see. Yeah. So awesome foodie experience today, and I've got a little bit of time before I head out to get my hair cut, because I'm kind of needing it. So my hairdresser is going to meet me at 2 o'clock, and it's almost 1:30 now. So I think I have a little bit of time to thrift. So why don't we take some driving here? Maybe I'll check out the Salvation Army across the way from my hairdresser and see what I find. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks for following along. Hey guys, so just parked outside of the Salvation Army, and I did take a quick look around. I've never really taken shots inside the thrift store, so I thought I'd share that with you, how it looks inside there. Quite a big store, lots of shelves of household stuff, lots of clothing, and a small but not too unstocked section of toys. So I did take a look around there, and there were a couple of items that may have been interesting to me. There was actually a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Bebop figure, and it was a loose figure, although I don't know if it was taken out of a bag or not. But I asked how much they were wanting for the one figure, and I was hoping it'd be like maybe a couple bucks, but they wanted $3 for it. And although it is worth it in a way, Bebop isn't exactly one of my chase figures for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I like the original Turtles, and the bad guys. If I had gotten it for $1 or $2, then I probably would have snatched it up. But for $2.99, it was a little bit much. So I feel kind of bad, that I didn't pick it up. I mean, I don't think I'm going to regret it too much, though. Just one of those things where you just have to walk away and not feel like it's thrifty. Besides, I'm already spending a little bit of money for a haircut shortly, as well as the game that I got in my last video. So yeah, and of course I got the mug. I'm not walking away completely empty-handed today. Anyway, so we're going to head over to my hairdresser across the street there. I'm going to get my hair chopped off and look a little bit better for my camera here, and decide whether or not I'm going to have time to go anywhere else before picking up Ash from the end of his school day here. So hope you guys are enjoying your afternoon, and let's transform this from this to something a little bit more presentable. Hey guys, so I'm back. How do I look? Do I look all right? I think it looks all right. So thanks to Terry from Magic Cuts there, helping me out with my haircut, finally looking a little more presentable for my video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the journey. So it's still early. I've got maybe less than an hour before I have to go home and pick up Ash from school. So I'm debating what to do. Should I start my game stream soon? Should I, But I'm actually thinking I'm going to visit Scope Incorporated. It's just down on Arlington, not too far from here. So I think I'm going to do that, and I'm going to see if I find any treasures there to take home. Otherwise, yeah, it'll end my adventure over there. So thanks again for being here on my little Friday out. Let's see what we find over at Scope Incorporated. So just some thrifty thoughts while we're driving here over to Scope Incorporated. So I'm kind of having a little bit of buyer's regret as far as not picking up that Bebop at Salvation Army. I mean, like, I'm this close to actually going back there and picking it up. But I'm wondering why I didn't just walk out with it. And I'm just sort of thinking to myself, what is it that makes me say, yes, I'm going to get it, or no, I'm probably not going to get it? I mean, I did buy a mug for $5 that was originally $15. So, and I got it for less than $5. So that's a third of the price. Is it like not a deep enough discount to spend $3 on a figure when I would normally pay $10 to $12 in the store? In fact, that would be like only 25% of the price, right? Versus the $5 that I spent on this mug. And it's only 33% of the price. So why wouldn't I have bought that figure for $3? And it's kind of an interesting dilemma when I'm collecting, that there's a perceived amount of money that I want to spend on certain items. Like a really high quality mug, a new mug, for a discount seems like a good deal to me, especially when it's themed, like the Harry Potter theme. So there's no, it was almost like a no-brainer for me to buy that mug. But then I'm wondering myself, like, I want to try to sort of round out my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collection, which is, it's modest. I don't have a lot of them, but, I don't have a lot of the villain figures either, right? So it makes me wonder, that would have been a really good piece to add to my collection. And here I am not picking it up. So I wonder, with my friends here on YouTube and on social media, what is it that makes you say, yes, I'm snapping up that, or no, I'm going to pass, And for me, it's funny that the price didn't seem like it was worth it for the figure, but it seems worth it for a mug. It's an interesting first world dilemma. I'm caught at a train. Okay. You get to hear the ding, 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 ding for a few minutes here as we have a short train passing through our neighborhood here. Actually, it'll be kind of fun to get that shot, right? Oh, you don't see that every day, eh? That's pretty cool. Anyway, so as I'm waiting for this short train to go through, I guess there's a perceived value that I want to pay for said items. I guess I'm way used to finding multiple figures for that price, so paying less than $1 for some superhero figures or villain figures in a package seems more better value to me than buying an individual one for that same price. Train's gone now. So it was interesting that I didn't walk out with that figure for $3, but I would have paid $3 for a bundle if that figure came with others. Because realistically, $3 isn't that expensive, especially for a figure that probably again would have cost me $10 to $12. So I mean, I would have paid 25% off, and I didn't walk out with the figure. So it's interesting that when I thrift for the maximize. I try to maximize that value as much as possible. That Bebop, you know, I won't miss. Again, I do have a little buyer's regret not getting it, but I think that it was probably a better move for me to wait until I find a better deal. If I'm going to spend $3, I want to get a little bit more than just the one figure. I want to get more than just that one keeper, you know. If I had seen it in a package of other toys and it was the only toy that I wanted to get, I would still pass on it because I want that whole package to be worth the $2.99 or as much of it as possible, versus having only one keeper for $2.99 and having to redonate a bunch of other stuff I don't want. So if I'm going to spend the money, I want more for my money than just that one thing, right? So I guess it kind of makes sense now. To me, I guess I had to sort of speak it out for me to make sense of it anyway. So we're closing in on Scope Incorporated here on Arlington. I'm not sure if I'm going to find anything here. I'll take a few quick shots of the store while I'm in there and see what we see today. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks again for following the Friday journey today. Hey guys, so I've just stepped out of Scope, and from the clips that you may have seen while I was in there, you can see that it, although it's a modest store, it's got a lot of stuff packed into a nice small space. So I did manage to go through the toy section, and lo and behold, I did find one little treasure. Look at this. This is Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy and also from the Infinity War as well as Endgame. This is actually an Infinity figure. Now, Infinity is now a defunct series, unfortunately, but basically if you look on the bottom here, there's a chip that actually gets read by the Infinity dock, and this character comes to life on the screen very much like a Skylander, or some of the amiibos are similar in that respect. So Gamora is like fierce warrior on the Guardians of the Galaxy team, daughter to Thanos actually, but she becomes a good guy later. And if you haven't seen Endgame, without spoiling anything, Endgame is so worth the 3 hours that it takes to watch it. It's such a good movie. Love it. Anyway, so yeah, you won't believe that. Believe this, that this amiibo figure, some amiibos, these Infinity figures, you might see them at Dollarama for like $4. The original price of these things used to be like $15 each. I got this for 30 cents. That's the best ever. I love it. Now I think I already have a Gamora, but I think her sword is a little bit more bent or broken than this one. So this one's in really good shape, really nice, beautiful green. I love the gradient in her hair there. And yeah, just a really, really awesome figure. She's in this really great pose and a really nice looking figure. Oh, I'm so happy. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna go anywhere else. It's really getting close to the end of school day, so I'm probably just gonna go home and chill until Ash is off school. So I hope you guys enjoyed this fun Friday adventure today. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please stay in touch with me so you can see all the new videos that are coming out here on Richard's Corner, and please stay tuned for more. I have to edit some more videos, get them posted, and share them with you. So I hope you guys are enjoying the return of Richard's Corner, more or less, and enjoying what I have to offer. So again, thanks for visiting Richard's Corner, guys. Hope you guys have some equally great finds in the thrifty wild, and we will see you next time. Thanks again for visiting Richard's Corner, guys. Have a great day.